Hello everybody and welcome back to Undertale, the Pacifist edition. My name's Cody, and in the last episode we started our Pacifist run after a couple months ago finishing our first run of this game, the neutral run, and things have already changed. This was pointed out to me in the comments of the first episode, but in the first episode we never saw our friend Flowey. Normally Flowey is the first creature you meet upon starting the game, but since I, killed him in the last run, it seems he is no longer here, so that's the first change. Turns out the first change from our last run was right in the first minute of the game. So that's something interesting, isn't it? The next change is going to be this. Last time, when I fought against Napstablook, I didn't know what I was doing. I was pressing all the buttons, I was like, let's try all of these options. None of them seemed to stop him. I ended up just hitting him until the fight ended. And then he left because he was a ghost and couldn't die, but he wasn't particularly happy. So we're going to end this a different way this time. We're going to end this by presumably continuing to cheer him up each time. Really not feeling up to it right now. Sorry, no attack this time. Cheering seems to have improved Napstablook's mood again. Alright, let's cheer him one more time. Napstablook wants to show you something. Let me try. I call it Dapper. Here, listen to this music. Sorry, I was just dancing along to the music there. If there was a camera, you would have seen me doing my little Napstablook dance, but it's just so catchy. Napstablook's great. Alright, so I forget what this button does. Flirt. Oh, did the same thing, huh? I usually come to the ruins because there's nobody around. But today I met somebody nice. Oh, I'm rambling again. I'll get out of your way. And that was the alternate way of dealing with Napstablook. We didn't get any XP from him. Actually, I don't think we got any XP from him last time. But, yeah, that was our peaceful resolution, not our peaceful revolution. A peaceful revolution is something that, like, Gandhi did. But this is so far just a peaceful resolution. I'm aiming for a peaceful revolution, though. Hey there, Froggets. Ribbit. I heard using F4 can make you have a full screen. Yeah, fun fact. I had to reset because whenever I see this, I go, wouldn't it be funny if I pressed F4 and then it messes up my screen recording? I've only seen a maximum of 3 frogs in this room. This is troubling. So, I don't know if this is meant to be hinting at something. I don't know if that's something that... If that was actually something very clever. Finally, someone gets it. I'm not picking on this looks. Doesn't stop him from trying to attack me, but that's alright. I will forgive you. Because there are 2 frogs in this room, right? Why is he talking about having 3 frogs in the room? Is this a Easter egg? I don't know. I've heard you're quite merciful for a human. Surely you know by now a monster wears a yellow name when you can spare it. What do you think of that? Very its? Or helpful bad? No, just kidding, it's very helpful. So, what we're going to do is... Well, actually, hold on. I got a phone call. Hello? I just realised it's been a while since I've cleaned up. I was not expecting to have company so soon. There are probably a lot of things lying about here and there. You can pick them up, but do not carry more than you need. Someday you might need to see something you really like. You'll want to leave room in your pockets for that. Yeah, so I think she's just talking about inventory management. We do have only 3 spaces left because I took all of the monster candy. But, you know, I've still got space, so I'm good for now. There's just 1 switch. Alright, well. It looks like, yeah, we have to head down here. Where was it? Was it this one? Oh, it's a Migosp that crawled up close, huh? The Mold Small's already happy on its own, but the Migosp says, I don't care. Well, that was rude. Do we talk to it again? No, he still says I don't care. What's that mean? Why won't you let me... It seems evil, but it's just with the wrong crowd. So how do I make it... How do I make it not wanting to kill me? Hold on, let's start by sparing the... Oh, hello. Migos doesn't have a care in the world. Oh, I guess we just had to wait. Or we had to spare the other one. Alright, well, that's them dealt with. So do I go up to this one? I'm trying to remember. There was like one specifically that I... Yes, I have a good memory. So, I'm going to take this opportunity to do something that I do as a little bit of a tradition now in all of my series around episode 2. Getting people to introduce themselves, especially the lurkers. I've got a bunch of regulars that, you know, you all know who you are. I've responded to, you know, like 50 of your comments over the last few months. But then there's those of you who I know are watching, but I've never seen a comment from, and you're probably thinking, oh yeah, those people, but I'm talking about you as well. And, you know, there's something called the bystander effect. I actually found this really fascinating, where they did an experiment where, for example, they had a thing set up at the beach. Like, they had someone set up their towel and their umbrella and their stuff at the beach, and then, you know, next to some other people, and then a little while later, what happened was... Hold on, let's spare this one first. Ah, yeah, there we go. A little while later, what happened was that a thief came through and stole it, right? But the thief was also part of the experiment, and they went to see how many people would save the stuff of just this random other person's stuff on the beach. And it wasn't that many. It was like 3 out of 10 or something. But they managed to make it 9 out of 10 with one small change. One small change of 3 words. Before the people who... Oh, actually, I don't need to press the switch. Before the people, you know, who set up their stuff and left, what they did was they told the person next to them, watch my stuff. That was all it took to turn that around from a 3 out of 10 into 9 out of 10 people just jumping to help everyone else. Oh, whoops. And I always thought that was a really fascinating story, because that's what the bystander effect is. Most people assume that someone else will do it. Like, if you're talking directly to someone, they're like, oh yeah, no, of course I'll do that. Like, if I was standing there next to you, and I was like, hey, can you like my video? Can you press the like? They'll be like, oh, of course. And then I'd get like 50 likes. But, you know, if I just say it in this video, most people will go, oh yeah, that does sound like a good idea. For the people who do that, you know, finally someone gets it. So, yeah, that was just my little readings of stuff, and why I think it's interesting to try and talk to people directly and see if that makes them more interested. You know, because people either, like, when I look at the view stats in my video, people either watch the first like 30 seconds, or if they've watched past the first minute, generally they'll watch the whole thing. And those are sort of the hardcore people. So if you're here at the like 10-minute mark, you're one of the few, the chosen few, who are listening to this. So come and say hello. I really should actually pay attention to what the puzzle is. See, I thought I went through there before. I really should pay attention to what the puzzle is before I do this stuff, but I was so engrossed in my own story. If you can read this, press the red switch. Alright. Oh, a Vegeta. Vegeta. Alright, Vegeta, what does the scouter say about your power level? You pat your stomach. Vegetoid offers a healthy meal. Eat your greens. Eat the swarm. Oh. Ah, so yeah, the G-Toid must be one of these that, yeah, are now spareable because you touched one of the green things in their attack pattern. I didn't do that before. Last time I did that, I actually, I think I just killed it without trying to spare it. So it's the first time I've seen that one as well. So let's press this red switch. And look at the joy of actually reading things. Isn't that great, learning how to read? If you can read this, press the... Hello, looks. It's, you know, the nice thing about these fights is that they last, if you know what to do, they last between 5 and 10 seconds. Alright, so you said green, so it's one of these two. And I picked the wrong one. That's alright. It's, look, this is the worst possible way to go through the puzzle. I could actually think, like, because it's clearly a puzzle based on mirrored images and looking at what was in previous rooms and stuff. But, you know, I could do this instead, and it's a lot mentally easier, and I don't have to think. Good morning. Oh. See, look, I'm getting to be an expert at these, though, and they're making me money now. And it doesn't take much time at all. Not like, you know, other RPGs. Alright, so what have we got here? I think, let's keep heading to the right. What's over here? Just between you and me, I saw Toriel come out of here just a little while ago. She was carrying some groceries. We're all too intimidated to talk to her. Aha, and this is where we find the toy knife, which actually is completely useless in this run of the game for me, isn't it? Because, I mean, I've got a weapon, but I've never used my weapon. The armor is certainly an upgrade if I find some armor, but this toy knife, I'm not going to be able to do very much with it, but I can't resist upgrading anyway, because that's just common sense. Oh dear, that took longer than I thought it would. Hello, creepy tree. How did you get here, my child? Are you hurt? Not a scratch. Impressive. But still, I should not have left you alone for so long. Yeah, so it's irresponsible. Well, suppose I cannot hide it any longer. Small one. Oh, the music suddenly changes. Here's the old creepy tree. It has some sort of significance, I think. I don't know if I learned the significance or if I'm going to learn it in this playthrough, but there's some sort of significance going on. There's a save point here, but I'm going to continue because this is a brave new world. I'm going to try and get a little bit more done. Do you smell that? Surprise! It's a butterscotch cinnamon pie. I thought we might celebrate your arrival. I want you to have a nice time living here. So I'll hold off on snail pie for tonight. Here, I have another surprise for you. Actually, I recall that I got told that this room has a bunch of really interesting callbacks to a previous playthrough. So I actually am gonna end off the episode here, so that I can start that on a fresh new episode, because we all know what's coming next episode. I'm gonna see you then. Don't forget to comment, you lurker.